Okay, so right now all the match results are now all the unmatched results are matched. The unmatched category in the rematch addresses pane disappears, and only the matched and tied category are here. So right here remain. So the existence of tied category means that there are candidates with the same match scores. So we're going to click the tied category, and we have a 3 that we can see they have the same score for this one. And one address in the records lists 2 candidates with the same match score. For this one, we have a 91, and then this one too. But this one is Avenue. So the green place mark icon to the left of the candidate. So that's this one. Candidate A icon indicates that it is currently mapped. Both candidates have the same address. However, there are different locations on the map, so we can see. And in the locate pane, we're going to look up this. But we can just see from here. This is California Avenue, and this is California Court. When we go into the locate again, and we just type in 609 California Avenue, and with the same zip code, Venice, no, California Avenue, and it's that one is highlighted. Let's see, select map. Alright, this one, it says 100% match, so we can just change it into this one, California Avenue. And we click AB results. We just choose the best score, and we can rematch it. And in the rematch address pane, we're going to select B if something is there. And on the Added tab, so we go into the Added tab, and we can just click Always Save and save all the edits, yes. And then we have one more. It's this one. And we can just click, type in 461 West 87th Street, Los Angeles, California 2003. Place, this is street. Okay, so if we would choose this one, perfect, and we can just rematch it. And we're back in here, and we can save again. Yes, save the results. And we have a 1104 Browning Boulevard. Oh, Browning Boulevard, Los Angeles. Perfect. And this is suggested for A. 2A highlighted. Boulevard. Browning Boulevard. And everything we have. What about this one? Okay. Match it. Alright, and we have the last one. Last one here is 625 San Pedro Street, Los Angeles, 90014. It's right here. 100% matched. Perfect. Alright, and then you cannot see the tides group anymore, and we're going to save everything and go to project, click yes, and go to project and click save. So in the manage, we did that, we save everything, and we can save the project and close the rematch address and the locate pane. So, and we can just, we do not have to rematch them again. And we keep the project open, and we will continue. So we can enter and look up address directly in ArcGIS Online, we can also add a CSV file to any ArcGIS Online map up to 1,000 features as long as it has supported fields such as latitude, longitude, or address. Records are added to the map as points, which can then be shared with others or exported as data. So, adding the CSV file, we did that, and for further information, we can just look from the ArcGIS Online. So, we're going to continue. We will use geoprocessing tools to analyze vector data. So we will continue using analysis to identify social services that are within a quarter mile, half a mile, and 1 mile of the public housing sites that we just geocoded in previous videos. Social services are essential to all people living in the community, especially people who are most vulnerable. These programs include early childhood education, food assistance, resources for seniors, foster children, and families living in poverty, cultural enrichment, and after-school childcare. Understanding that a goal of public housing sites is to be located near essential social services may provide some insight into whether some areas have a lower accessibility to social services. Exercise goal. We're going to create multi-ring buffers around public housing sites. Well, buffer, it's interesting. I like to do buffer because it creates different rings, style stuff, and clip social service sites using public housing buffers. Perform a spatial join between the buffer and social service sites. Calculate and measure the distance between public housing sites and social service sites. Select by location, dissolve features, and intersect layers. And firstly, of course, we're going to create buffers. Buffers are polygons that are created around a feature that's specified at specified distances. So look for social services that are within a quarter mile, half mile, and 1 mile of public housing sites. First, create multiple buffers that can be used as a clipping area for the social services sites. Although the buffer tool creates buffers of only one distance at a time, the multiple ring buffer tool can create concentric buffer rings to present multiple distances. So, with the same project here, in the geoprocessing pane, we're going to get the multi-buffering tool and so we're going back to analysis toolbox, and it's buffer, it's already here. Perfect. But if you don't remember that, it's in the analysis tool and proximity. So a multiple ring buffer creates concentric rings around a feature at defined intervals. You will use the tool to create rings with distance of 0.25 miles, 0.5 miles, and 1 mile around public housing sites. These concentric rings will estimate a straight line proximity to social services. So keep in mind that this measurement is a simplified representation of accessibility. Many more factors help define what accessibility means in real terms: mode of transportation, walkability, and road infrastructure. In the input feature drop-down list, we're going to select public housing sites. And then output feature class, it will be geocode 1. We're going to output, we're going to type public housing ring buffer. Public housing ring buffer. And distance, we're going to do here distances, value, or field. Here it's a little different compared to the textbook. But here we're going to do is distance value field. We will do linear unit method. What is the method? Multiple. Oh, not buffer. Sorry. Multiple ring buffer. So we're going to go back to the spatial analysis tools, proximity, multiple ring buffer, and input feature will be and output feature it will be public housing ring buffer, and distances we will do 0.25. Oopsies, 0.25. And buffer units, it will be miles, multiple ring buffer, and this one will do 0.5. And then we need another one, click enter, and we will have a 1. 0.25, 5, and we have a 1. And miles, distance, non-overlapping rings, and we're going to click run. So we did was in the input feature drop-down list, we selected public housing sites. For the output feature class, we entered public housing ring buffer. In the distance box, we entered 0.25 and then 0.5 and 1. Each time you hit enter, it will bring you there. In the buffer unit drop-down list, we select miles. Make sure that the non-overlapping rings is selected in the dissolved option drop-down list. So, and then we run the tool, and now it says it's successfully. We're going to apply graduated color scheme 3 classes based on the 3 distances of the public housing ring buffer and change its layer transparency to 40%. We're going to turn on this layer. And it's perfect. And now, alright. And now we're going to zoom into the map and get a better look for this ring buffer, but we're going to right click on it and go to symbology. And for symbology, we're going to do graduated colors. Oh, no, graduated colors. And then we're going to apply 3 classes. That's fine. Color scheme will be this one, and perfect. And we will do the transparency next. Perfect. 0.5 to 5.5.1. So we're going to zoom to the map to get a better look. We did, and look at the glance for the visual cluster in central Los Angeles County. Next, we will add a social services layer to the map. Although many factors may affect how residents of public housing sites use social services, one way to identify how social services are accessed is to determine which ones are nearby. Although the kinds of social services vary from area to area and person to person, understanding which social services sites serve an immediate neighborhood allows government, nonprofit organizations, and other community stakeholders to plan and provide services where necessary. And I'm going to do the transparency. It should be appearance, and the transparency effects will be what is the percent? 40%. Okay, transparency. Is this transparency? Yeah, layer transparency. It will be 40%. Click enter. Perfect. And then we're going to clip features. Next, the clip tool extracts features using other features as a cookie cutter or trim boundary. So this tool is particularly useful because you want to find only the features that are within a certain distance of the public housing sites. We're going to turn off this layer and we're going to do more. So that using this